Who's got that magnificent wingspan shit? I'm not the one I used to know. I'm not the one I used to know. But I'm a degenerate 22-year-old, ignorant citizen here, carrying my shoe soles from North Denver. Women here are beautiful, overly superficial, but this is a two-way road. Both of us cruise with the windows rolled down. Old town, inebriated and hating it, and speaking to ladies is keeping me from dating them lately. I keep debating whether or not I should get with them all or respect them enough to let her wander home on her own. I've been sober for a couple days, but without self-medication, my head is racing lately. Every breath is wasted, and the flashbacks, they start creeping in. My peripheral vision is seeing things I can't explain. Breathing harder, it seems like my feet are on fire. They're melting the snow. Where do I go? I'm a cheating lie, sprinting away from the pieces of myself I hate, but they run with me, hunting me, reaching up from inside of me. I was too under the weather to sing. Lately I kept it together, whatever it means. Spider legs dancing inside of my stomach, can't really fight it. I only rest in my dreams, but lately I'm an insomniac, watching Don get cracked. A short sketch in God's comedy act, as if all day wasn't quite long enough. I let the song play, y'all can laugh at it, it's funny. I'm not the one I used to know. I'm not the one I used to know. I'm not the one I used to know. I'm not the one I used to know.
Yeah. My head is held up by a rusty vice grip. I'm a pedestrian battling with demonic possession. I represent the exorcism of a systematic murder of the consciousness with a kiss and a best wishes. I step out of my front door and I crack a shit-eating grin. Had to take a drink so I could breathe again. That's the happy life and times I live in. Everybody's got a vice to hide or take pride in. I know I've got mine, I'm filled with secrets. Got a pain in my skull and only hide and seek relieves it. Substances and such, you know what I mean? It's just a means to an escape and I need it. But enough about that wreckage. I still light up the city streets with the philosophy of an ignorant peasant. I am a zombified genius, dependent on these kings and queens like a zombified fetus. I take a step back and look, the mirror's hanging crooked. Either I'm not the same man or I forgot how I look, cause I'm scared now when I look into where my eyelids split. I'm barely alive and I can't hide it. Stay back, Satan, stay back. I'm pacing cause I know one day he'll break the safety glass. And as I'm running for cover, I'll soon remember that there is no escape because we made a pact. I'm not the one. You know, I'm not the one I used to know. 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 Yeah. I'm not the one I used to know. It's all turned inside out. I'm not the one I used to know. It's all turned inside out. I'm not the one I used to know. It's all turned inside out. I'm not the one I used to know. It's all turned inside out. It's all turned inside out. It's all turned inside out.
I'm a hollow shell, not a lot to tell. I got a box full of rhymes and a popular sound. You wanna get on it, I'm on it, gonna probably get down. Who would've thought what I'm rocking isn't following now? Geronimo, not a riddle, I was dropping the spittle harmony, and it wasn't water, what brought us a rhythm is already in it. The song is infinite when I spit it, but y'all I'm fickle and timid, and I wish you just to say it. Put the radio on, Beethoven robbed, but the age is so I'ma make a song just as long as I'm able to. Promise it what's wrong with the world that we living in. Final play along, gonna turn when he's spinning it. Front, back, left, right, side to side. We jump jacks, getting high tonight. Put up hands if you like the style. I might rhyme with the thirst that can drive the Nile. Now I do what Twister and Tone Deaf do, but at altitude with the flow that's true to the sound of the album. At a show in the mountains, powerful lungs that I travel with. It's all I really got, just a novelty of parties with a job that I hate, but my monetary state wouldn't let me quit yet. Working harder every day to get out of it. Better play me, the sound is sick, yes. I forgot on my knees, I was caught between a long leg. Saw I scream as I lean for a taste. She was keeping my face in the place where the sun don't shine and increasing my faith. Screaming to raise up, wanna eat when the day's done. We slave in the heat of the great sun, beating us harder until the swing of the palm developed algorithm out of it. The people never gave up. Not saying really none of us are. We all crazy and wondering why knowledge is a false sense. That the evidence presented is a letter from God's pen, right? Wrong. Ain't home since she called my phone and came over and caught the moment. Lay on me a bunch of roses, but since then they wilted and they lost their glow. Hey y'all, this afraid of monsters, we talk them and take them home. Hey y'all, if you played and lost this game, then I'm sorry, yo. Hey y'all, if you raise your palms, then I know that we'll feel alright. If we do it all night, get lost in the waving arms till the song is a part of you. We'll reach our destination, caught in this maze. Everyone follows this path, there's some that thought it's a race. Some walk and some run, but we're all on our way to the same spot, and I'm not afraid.
I am a means to an end, it's the reason I rip the ghosts that flow through my soul's emotions pen. Every word, every melody, elevating me. Thoughts like kerosene, melt stone in a blaring heat. Does anybody know what the fuck I mean? Try listening to it before you judge my speech. I'm a poor, war-torn, unfortunate, not the American wearing bells and ornaments. I'ma find out what life means, prove existence isn't related to physical things. With what I read and think and see, these are the weapons of a modern day martyr for peace, please. I'm a liar and a crook, I'm a slave for hire, I'm a line cook. Now I'm making ends meet, spend my last 3 pennies on a fleeting opportunity, if only serenity. Maybe one more drink, then I'll bounce. God willing, I might even make it to my house. Hit the ground soon as I got out, spend the night outside as quiet as a mouse. I can't wait to wake up, I'll raise myself up to the engine of a milk truck. I guess I better head on in, the routine of the humans is about to begin. And I wouldn't be caught dead in a hate day walking. Love the comfort of my coffins and crosses. So I close the lid, cut my losses, and fill up another page with nonsense. And it's all the same, and yes, it's all relative. Could existence really precede essence? Could my insane scribblings relate to life's mysteries? I guess there's only 2 possibilities.
Hey y'all, this afraid of monsters, we talk them and take them home. Hey y'all, if you played and lost this game, then I'm sorry, yo. Hey y'all, if you raise your palms, then I know that we'll feel alright. If we do it all night, get lost in the waving arms till the song is a part of you. We'll reach our destination, caught in this maze. Everyone follows this path, there's some that thought it's a race. Some walk and some run, but we're all on our way to the same spot, and I'm not afraid. Not afraid. Not afraid. My life was on mind your own business. My life was on mind your own business. I'm gonna set myself up for success here, Doc.
I've been rooting through the dumpster of life as a broken alpha male, living off scraps and trash, but I'ma live to tell the tale. I'ma keep surviving, I'm a modern suburban Viking with the power to illuminate the mind like a strike of lightning. I am an absolute anomaly, and I hold the monopoly over every twisted thought that ever existed inside this colony. I am the corrupt governor of instincts. I dance along the city streets, offering my blood and sweat for mere pennies. But I have a set of wings that lift me enough to see the scenery and evening lights. A cloud of smoke hiding the horror with a peace sign. It's groovy, man, I'ma light this up and prove the advantage in life is chasing what you want like Toucan Sam. I'm
fucking loopy, but it don't take an earthquake to move me. Just took a bite out of life, excuse me, I'm still chewing. Ain't the type to play with my food, but I feel it's rationale spewing. Unless I spit that shit out to make sure it's worth consuming. I'm a priest completely consumed by my pious duty. I'm entirely indifferent to the precious minutes that I'm losing as I pray to some higher power, my self-interest oozing into the cavities of consciousness that one fateful day may ruin me.
My life was all gifts of flies, the glow grips them tight, they float into brightness, slow entrance. I tried to soak in the night, my soul's twisted wide, there's no questions, mind your own business. My life was all gifts of flies, the glow grips them tight, they float into brightness, slow entrance. I tried to soak in the night, my soul's twisted wide, there's no questions, mind your own business.
I lay in the grass looking into the sky, watching clouds pass, playing tricks on my eyes. I was sure that the shapes of the made with the faces and names from my past nights. Flashes of lightning, darker, the storm had started to draw in over the mesa. Rain began falling, watching my watch tick slow to a crawl, then stop, then start again. Durango, Colorado, mud everywhere as I stepped in my concrete home. Back when I didn't have a wingspan, when I was a larva building my large cocoon. For weeks I walked along this dirt path to the top of the hill, then I turned back in a haunted house holding her hand. Then the flashlight broke and it turned black. We ran, then we walked to the river where we talked about the relevance of school. She wanted me to stay, I wanted to leave, but neither of us knew I was already failing. I'm as okay as I've ever been. Funny how the medication made things worse. Days keep turning, thankfully the hurting drained when I laid in the rain and the dirt. It was spring but the air was freezing, even as the sun shined into my deepest despair, screaming to touch the sky. I'm sick of hallucinations in and out of my periphery. Memories too as shameless, choosing inopportune times to be gripping me. City streets, walking through life I depicted. I miss what I thought I despised, I was ignorant. All of this scribbled, sitting in bed, a glass of water on my nightstand next to a cigarette.
My life was all gifts of flies, the glow grips them tight, they float into brightness, slow entrance. I tried to soak in the night, my soul's twisted wide, there's no questions, mind your own business. My life was all gifts of flies, the glow grips them tight, they float into brightness, slow entrance. I tried to soak in the night, my soul's twisted wide, there's no questions, mind your own business. My life was all gifts of flies, the glow grips them tight, they float into brightness, slow entrance. I tried to soak in the night, my soul's twisted wide, there's no questions, mind your own business. My life was all gifts of flies, the glow grips them tight, they float into brightness, slow entrance. I tried to soak in the night, my soul's twisted wide, there's no questions, mind your own business.
The sun lingers as the whites of my eyes emerge, and I shoot a rapid fire, nervous look around my world. I am a terrified child, an abject piece of machinery, trying to find some kind of meaning in this routine. I force myself awake, feeling dazed and lost. I tumble out of bed, I bite the bullet, turn the doorknob. Kaleidoscopic colors cover me as I descend upon my city. But it's funny, all I see are black streets, like black pathways around this godforsaken maze. The scary airspace between demons and saints. It's made me so desperate that I believe in magic, and I curse the ridiculous character of this life's habit. As a matter of fact, my fear is floating volatile, but my presence of mind is still soluble. I'm falling through the universe, feeling infinitesimal, but I am the universe through the perspective of my vessel. Often I forget this, so I relive beginnings and continue pretending that I don't know why this is happening. Happiness burns in me like an exploding star, but I never knew its music through the silence of my heart. So I walk on the path of darkness, no protest or remark, limping, wounded, and ashamed of my scars.
The day blows away as night climbs to a zenith. Time pushed belongings without an owner. Restless men, clouded judgment, sour, onerous ends.
The city blows away, it's not inclined to a scene. Time pushes on, they both fall to pieces. We sense the spirit in the routine of infinity, unable to explain the nature of our misery. The city blows away, it's not inclined to a scene. Time pushes on, they both fall to pieces. We sense the spirit in the routine of infinity, unable to explain the nature of our misery.
I got a can of worms and I'm not afraid to use it. I'm a loose cannon and truth is just as elusive as a moment. Tambourine man, where have you been? I got a bone to pick with my black hole soul. I'm sick of swimming circles with the same fish. Life isn't time for violence. Lift your head, bite your tongue, you jumping. Fake marches on, singing battle songs. I got a laugh in the fat face, the path I'm on. I got a long way to go. Bumpy road of strength as I know it's gone up in smoke. I'm out of life now, nothing can grow. I shake a fist at the sky cause I never reap what I sow. Still I follow with the code of my bones, leaving a lonely trail of shoe prints in the snow. I'm a shadow of a doubt, apple in my mouth, hog-tied and gazing from the grind of the clouds. What should I be, what should I renounce? And do schools of thought still tilt and fall down? Is there any way around their destiny? Is it true every battle we lose is simply another enemy? People die and tell it's fate, but most don't know this cause they don't feel pain.
Voyeuristic to the gravity of instinct shuts my eyes. Voices whisper just a little bit more audible than the silence. I can't lift my head up enough to know which way I'm headed off to. If you can't hear me die, then I must already be halfway gone. Voyeuristic to the gravity of instinct shuts my eyes. Voices whisper just a little bit more audible than the silence. I can't lift my head up enough to know which way I'm headed off to. If you can't hear me die, then I must already be halfway gone.
I'm a panoramic view through a fisheye lens. I'm a movie clip with a projector screen with a future prediction that's everything. Get the kids to put their hands up just like this. I'm a parasitic worm that lives in the skin of a vermin. Remember me, listen, it's urgent. I certainly swim in the murkiest river. The current is drifting, the surface is calm. Seesaw from the minute to minute, I free fall from beginning to end. I belong in a prison, but this is the liberty vividly written in me. I sing songs to the kids, this is my ghost story. Haunted house, I was skin and bones when they locked me out. Just another name in a row of ivory mark as a soldier forgotten now. And I don't know where the treasure map is, but if you let me go, I won't ever tell a soul what you did. Cold of the weather, let us know in the letter that I wrote. Cause I thought I saw gold in your chest was a hoax, it wasn't even really me. So don't you believe what you read, breathe in the smoke when he's eager to leave. He's giving hope from an urn to the sea. Wave goodbye when the ship sets out, because it won't be back again. An empty seat at the table when the family sits down. Even though we laughed at him, and even after that we see life go on. With a night's old song and a leap when I step this microphone is a cry for a rope. And it's funny how often we forget. I didn't think of that, but I'm glad you made it home. And I know we'll meet again, so I'll let it be. But until then, rest in peace, cause I know you need the rest.
Voyeuristic to the gravity of instinct shuts my eyes. Voices whisper just a little bit more audible than the silence. I can't lift my head up enough to know which way I'm headed off to. If you can't hear me die, then I must already
Now the tide washes in from the distant blue beyond forever, and a day away from the shadows of stars, arranged according to what gravity's laws have to say. I'm on a path to a righteous land with a corncob pipe in my hand, building a support crutch with a mic stand. My features are windswept. I'm a withered old man with a tin cup and there's not enough gin left. Damn, I am a scar. I'm a lithium prescription left in the wreckage of an American car. I only stayed awake long enough to taste daybreak with my badly wounded knee when I buried my heart. I'm an empty aquifer's aftermath, a sinkhole with a tornado's erratic path. I'm a soccer mom's definition of a bad apple, mushy and full of worms that I ate in a patch of grass. I am description itself, with whistles and bells providing the rhythm and melody I sing when I yell. For now life whispers its secrets in my ear after the fact, when I'm old enough to hear it tell me. Perspectives are always bending and shifting, from Mecca to Death Valley, from wilderness to cities. Surrounded by the wreckage of infallible existence, I'm rummaging through it for a philosophy that fits me. I found it, so I chalk it up to random happenstance in this black ambulance, wallowing in pity. I used to fantasize about this moment, laying in a hospital bed surrounded by cards and roses. But now only the first half of my wish came true. Paint me confused with your palette of scars open. I'm sicker than them swimming again in this ocean. I'm sicker than them who ward off pestilence with posies. I'm sicker than them, you can quarantine my motives, but can't tear me away from the scraps of hope I'm holding. I'm sicker than them with a teaspoonful of sugar. I'm sicker than them, the illiterates and the bookworms. I'm sick of living check to check because my skill set isn't one that their set of values are still cool with. I'm a symbol of freedom draped in a flag. I'm bigger than and atheist tactics. You're still using the idiom to define yourself when the essence of what we are is something that can't be said.
Memories and apparitions twist around me in a black whirlwind of emptiness and bitterness. A citizen of the state of fear, been left for dead by peers and loved ones. The end is near to the edge of self-defeat. It beckons me to need my own set of rusty skeleton keys, but I can't find the doorway anyway. All the way lost to the hallway dares me to walk. I'm a arsonist, but I need a lighter. Can I borrow one to feed reason's fire? I can't find a flint, I can't feel my face. I'm Sisyphus on a hill screaming in space. Take my mind, I can't believe what it sees. I pray one day I'll escape from the thought police. In the meantime, I'm a prisoner on the brink of a discovery, cause all I do is think. Symmetrical darkness imparts the Red Sea, a misdirected energy that reminds me to breathe. On the verge of destruction, these words are paintbrushes on the tattered canvas of the soul that suffers. Singing to such dangerous depths, I can see there's nothing left but this moment. I cope with it through my violent release, so I swallow a pill and kiss the sky on the cheek. A broken testament to my frozen existence, stolen from the brazen generations of my ancestry. Rudimentary understanding of science with the will of a titan. Will I find a path to be revealed as righteous? A burden on my shoulders and a weight on my chest. I'm blessed with a bloody mess and addicted to death. My knees were super glued to the earth by the idols that I worship, since my desperate spirit lost its perfect inertia. Clarity scarce in a parody of life, barely out of reach. Seeking find loneliness, jealousy, obsessive compulsions, felonies, dead ends and shattered futures. All things controlled by Lucifer into the furnace. I am your everyday beggar. I spend most of my time on a broken soapbox begging you to hear my words, but from here it seems they fall on deaf ears. Gone in the blink of my 23 years. I live in a city where failure's complimentary, but my soul's so hungry, so I keep fishing. I have to catch something, I have no choice. I have to explain the day my folks lost their boy. I have so many things that I have to say. My heart overwhelms my brain and it all falls away, leaving me awkwardly silent. I'm a caged listener, I can't speak above a whisper. Does anybody understand a single word? I'm screaming for help and hearing good morning in return. And I get an empty friendly wave as townspeople go about their day and leave me in the streets to beg for change. Give me a glance, that's all I ask, please sir. Serve me the respect that human beings deserve. My rags are dirty and it's been weeks since I received a piece of legitimacy, so I drink and sleep.
Water, muddy waters, on and on. The sun is gone until the time we struggle harder. On and on, just killing time. Water, muddy waters, on and on. The sun is gone until the time we struggle harder. On and on, just killing time. I am not a lender, I'm a debtor. I'm a city on a desert. I'm a semi-automatic conscious effort. Yes, man, taught me everything I've ever learned. And when I read the letters words, I detest them. I'm the head of a martyr upon a pike in front of the Lord's castle, reminding the peasants to stop fighting. Mom's crying, I finally lost sight of the pirates that God smites, but lightning did not strike them. I'm wondering where the thunder went, humble but scared of nothing. I run up the stairs to confront a friend. Painter's brushes did no justice to the face of trust that wears this grin. I reach the top of the steps, turn the corner, but who I see is not my friend, just my aura. Then I wake up, same dream every night for 8 months. Restless nights, even though I slept late. Blessings find me and you accept fate, but she was one more that I couldn't make last. So I swam the shore until my chest breaks. Water, muddy waters, on and on. The sun is gone until the dawn. We struggle harder, on and on, just killing time. Water, muddy waters, on and on. The sun is gone until the dawn. We struggle harder, on and on, just killing time. Water, muddy waters, on and on. The sun is gone until the dawn. We struggle harder, on and on, just killing time. Water, muddy waters, on and on. The sun is gone until the dawn. We struggle harder, on and on, just killing time.
Say the ice cracked, He couldn't remember the minutes that his life mattered. In his hand 35 aspirin. After gagging down 15, his little sisters and family had missed his goodbye raps. And his room was an extension of his head. Furniture tipped over, laundry on the bed, holes in the wall, ripped posters, arms covered in sweat. Insomniac, when he went to sleep he dreamt that he was dead.
Hold up my head so I can see what's left of this beautiful momentary appreciation of a sunset. Fireworks over a backdrop of brimstone. Life is a giant fork in the road, so now death is in vogue. The only light I see is a crack in the wall, getting smaller and smaller as Earth approaches nightfall. I'm dehumanized, wondering which way to crawl, waving a white flag and a crossbones under a skull.
From this high place city to the cities beyond, we live in nice days, wishing we were missing a gun. Ain't any doctor fixing up the sickness we got. We're getting lost just swimming in these pitiful scars. From this high place city to the cities beyond, we live in nights late city and then we hitting the dawn. It isn't like pain, isn't in our memories and songs. We hit a right state, living till these minutes are gone.
His moods were a swing set, rapid cycle, happy, sad, loop the crackling vinyl. After a while, he knew he had to find you. You're beautiful, can't deny it. I'm bruised, but I had to try to suit her that stands in line with a bouquet in his hands, with scars on his wrists and better days in his laughter. He could have fallen into a grave in the sand, but 100,000 listeners kept him from changing his plans.
I made a sculpture of existence as I knew it. Now it's reduced to rubble, contributes to its own ruin. I gotta wake up, man, I gotta live on. Even though I worship mercy, constantly hoping to get some. I make a snow angel under gray clouds and suck the rain out, knowing I may never make my parents proud. The pain and anger, though destructive as it seems, led me to become myself and find the girl of my dreams. I may be too afraid to say that I'm happy, but I grin in the face of regret, sometimes skip away laughing to myself, cause I refuse to look above me and wonder if any God could possibly love me.
From this high plain city to the cities beyond, we live in nice days, wishing we were missing a gun. Ain't any doctor fixing up the sickness we got. We're getting lost just swimming in these pitiful scars. From this high plain city to the cities beyond, we live in nice late city and then we hitting the dawn. It isn't like pain, isn't it? Our memories and songs. We're here to right state, living till these minutes are gone. From this high plain city to the cities beyond, we live in nice days, wishing we were missing a gun. Ain't any doctor fixing up the sickness we got. We're getting lost just swimming in these pitiful scars. From this high plain city to the cities beyond, we live in nice late city and then we hitting the dawn. It isn't like pain, isn't it? Our memories and songs. We're here to right state, living till these minutes are gone.
Far below the deepest nether regions of the human scope exists a network of connections whose extent we'll never know, and possibly dictates every decision we'll ever make. Purpose or mistake is something as people we must face. Let gravity rain down on me while I take flight through seas of individual and specific beliefs about life. I believe that true reality is blinded by the dispositions designed by a million human minds, and sometimes I gotta
wonder how many of mine are lies. But then I quickly remember I have no other place to hide. So I crawl back into my shell and simply wait to die, telling myself that I really live when I reach the afterlife. I am a blind man reading prophetic symbols and signs. I am the angel of death at the doorstep of my demise, the absurd byproduct of this intelligent design. So many seem to believe in with every fiber of their being. Hope is vital to life, but it crushes as it falls. To avoid this, we ignore our most fundamental flaws, unaware of the self-hate and resentment that it spawns, which must be why most won't admit that anything is wrong. All the light of day is gone, gone away from where it was. Underneath the sun, I see the light is hiding up above, and I'll try to reach it till the day the cold air invades my blood. I must believe in reaching something, otherwise take the plunge and watch each one of my deepest beliefs turn to dust, become a fraction of the filth that I once was. Without something to hold on to, I'm just a drop in the puddle, watching everything float away in concentric circles. I believe my time is endless and the sky has no limits. I believe that I have risen above Mother Earth's minions. My mind's eye is true in it, in a literal sense, cause mine's the only mind I can prove truly exists. I believe my time is endless and the sky has no limits. I believe that I have risen above Mother Earth's minions. My mind's eye is true in a literal sense, cause mine's the only mind I can prove truly exists. I just wanna be happy, become one with my essence. A belief is a faith, and through faith we risk self-deception. My mind's eye is truth in it, in a literal sense, cause mine's the only mind I can prove truly exists. I believe my time is endless and the sky has no limits. I believe that I have risen above Mother Earth's minions. My mind's eye is truth in it, in a literal sense, cause mine's the only mind I can prove truly exists. I just wanna be happy, become one with my essence. A belief is a faith, and through faith we risk self-deception. My mind's eye is truth in it, in a literal sense, cause mine's the only mind I can prove truly exists.
Lost in the labyrinth of cavernous thoughts I inhabit, grasping for rocks I can stand on. The path that I walk is intangible, traveling on it I'm trapped with the madness that follows me, a constant companion, always keeping concrete dimensions beyond the reach of my conscious existence. This is not wishful ponderance, just a scene from the song that I live in. The rhythm of ominous tension that sits in my cry when I miss her a lot, but didn't give her a call to come and visit. Since it's gone, I just sit with my palms folded over my arms, reminisce on Nirvana I saw, holding the stars close to my heart. So Godspeed to the ones who want to know heaven and God. I want to know myself better than I know anything else at all. Pedaling harder to level the harmony, haunting my head, and apparently all of us long for connection, but part of it's ending always. Consequence and effect become the causes for the next generation, rejecting what's been promised and expecting something greater. And who cares when apocalypse comes to carry Earth away, because the world ends for a million people every single day. Perfect is a way of thinking, because nothing is, but anything that occurs is certain to happen once it hits. The unified work of several versions of events. Persons' visions differ, but they still agree on what exists, measured in the particles binding minutes into years, soluble forever, comprised of minutely minuscule spheres. If I meditate hard enough, maybe I could disappear. So here's a letter from the wanderer who isn't here.
I believe my time is endless and the sky has no limits. I believe that I have risen above Mother Earth's minions. My mind's eye is true in it, in a literal sense, cause mine's the only mind I can prove truly exists. I believe my time is endless and the sky has no limits. I believe that I have risen above Mother Earth's minions. My mind's eye is true in it, in a literal sense, cause mine's the only mind I can prove truly exists. I just wanna be happy, become one with my essence. A belief is a faith, and through faith we risk self-deception. My mind's eye is truth in it, in a literal sense, cause mine's the only mind I can prove truly exists. I believe my time is endless and the sky has no limits. I believe that I have risen above Mother Earth's minions. My mind's eye is truth in it, in a literal sense, cause mine's the only mind I can prove truly exists. I just wanna be happy, become one with my essence. A belief is a faith, and through faith we risk self-deception. My mind's eye is truth in it, in a literal
only mind I can prove truly exists.